Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of Ranking the Albums today on this Sunday. Thanks for joining us, by the way. We will be, and I will be, not weeks. I'm all alone here today, all by my lonesome, giving you my top 10 albums from Black Oak, Arkansas. Yes, I've been asked by many of you over the years, Pete, when are you going to do a Ranking the Albums of Black Oak, Arkansas? And I've always said, yeah, I'm going to get to it. I need to get more of their stuff, though, because I've always had like a couple studio albums and some live stuff, and I never really dove into the catalog fully. So thankfully, I've been able to kind of piece together some of this messy catalog, right? Because you got Black Oak, Arkansas albums, you got Black Oak albums, you got Jim Dandy albums, you got Jim Dandy's Black Oak, Arkansas albums, you got the more recent stuff, you got all this stuff and there's lots of things. There's compilations and stuff from the vault and live albums and studio albums and solo albums. And so I said, you know what? Way too much stuff to wrestle in under one show. So I said, I'm just going to pick out my kind of 10 favorites from this whole messy catalog, right? Like I said, I was able to piece together a good chunk of stuff here because I was able to pick up this, which has the first 5, right? Had some other stuff. I was able to get this, Jim Dandy to the Rescue, which has a whole bunch of things in it, right? So got enough for a top 10 ranking, right? Now, some things that I didn't have, that I don't have, I was able to go out and listen to and kind of figure out, all right, what would make up my top 10 here. So I've listened to pretty much the entire catalog, plus what I already have and stuff. So I'm ready to bring it to you here today. So, yeah, and if you don't know, if you never listened to Black Oak, Arkansas, right, a band originally signed to Atco Records, went to MCA, went to Capricorn, basically a southern rock band from Black Oak, Arkansas. That's where they're from. But they don't really sound like your typical southern rock band. At times they do, at times they don't. You have this lead singer who's founding member, who's the one constant member throughout the history, James Mangrum, otherwise known as Jim Dandy Mangrum, on lead vocals, lead and backing vocals, and washboard, right? He plays that washboard occasionally. The classic lineup of the band, that's, what everybody's mostly interested in, and a lot of them are no longer with us. Ricky Lee Reynolds, otherwise known as Risky or Ricochet, right? On lead rhythm guitar, 12-string guitar, backing vocals. Harvey Burley Jet, lead guitar, banjo, piano, lead and backing vocals. He has since passed away. Mr. Reynolds has since passed away. Pat Dirty Daughtry on bass guitar, backing vocals. Wayne Squeezebach Evans was their original drummer. Tommy Aldridge, also on drums, joined them for a few years in the early mid-'70s before he went to go jump ship to go join Pat Travers' band. And Stanley, otherwise known as Goober Grin Knight, on lead guitar, steel guitar, organ, vocals, also passed away. And then someone who appeared with them live quite a bit and did some backing vocals and co-lead vocals on some of the studio records, Ruby Starr, right? She's got a great voice, right? She really mixed well with Jim Dandy on a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to rank my 10 favorites in this catalog, right, which I think are the strongest. I will say overall, I don't know if there is any absolute classic in this catalog. There are some albums that are stronger than others. There's a lot of really good songs. I think for me, the issue I've always had with Black Oak, Arkansas is there are times where I just can't really tolerate Jim Dandy's vocals. He's got this very nasally type of singing style, and he's very dramatic, and he, I think, over-exaggerates at times. This kind of like Arkansas nasally drawl thing that he's got going on. I think when he doesn't do that, he actually has a really good voice. But he tends to, on a lot of stuff, he tends to really over-exaggerate that thing. It makes him very unique. But sometimes I'm just kind of, the music is great. I mean, musically, this band is top-notch. Loads and loads of guitars. You got 3 guitar players, right, just doing all their sort of things throughout all this. And but sometimes I can tolerate his vocals pretty fine. Other times I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm not in the mood for him today. And if you look at any pictures of Jim Dandy, Mangrum, and you see any old footage and things like that, You know where David Lee Roth got his whole shtick from. I know story's been told to death, but man, he just like the look is exactly the same as what David Lee Roth kind of went for so many years. So, but anyway, let's get to the ranking, right? So we have a lot of ground to cover here today, and I know everybody's time is precious, so I want to kind of get you into the meat and potatoes of things here. All right, so my number 10, I'm going to go with 1974's Street Party. All right, so cool album cover. I got some live shots of the band. All right. Atco Records, this is their 5th album. Tom Dowd producing this album. I believe this was his 2nd album producing the band. It starts over with a mediocre cover of Dancing in the Streets. Not very good. Totally not needed. They do some covers from time to time. Sometimes they're okay. Other times they're not. In this case, not on board with this one at all. But then you have a track called Sting Me, which is a cool, funky rocker. These guys, when they mix in the funk with their blend of southern rock and country rock and hard rock, I think that works very well. It's a good track. Tommy Aldridge's acrobatic drums all throughout this song. Lots of great lead guitar solos. Good Woman is a kind of cool song. It features some incredible drumming and percussion work from Tommy Aldridge. Really good. The song itself is kind of like a breezy, almost Doobie Brothers type track, but man, Tommy's just going off in this. Really, really good. Jailbait, total southern boogie, kind of generic sounding, but it's got some blazing slide guitar, which kind of saves it. Sherbin Working Hard, acoustic country, very annoying vocals from Jim. Don't like that one at all. Son of a Gun is a good song, crisp guitars, memorable chorus, and one of the longer songs on here, just over 4 minutes. Most of everything on this album is like 2 to 3 minutes long, really short songs. I'm a Man, kind of thumps and grooves, wah-wah guitar, sizzling leads, good song. Going Home, kind of bland country rock. Sometimes when they do the country rock thing, I don't mind country rock. I listen to a bunch of country rock bands, but sometimes when these guys do it, it's almost like you feel they're forcing themselves into it, that they'd rather be rocking. I don't know. It's got harmonica, it's got steel guitars, whatever. They do a really bland cover of Dixie. Again, why bother? Everybody Wants to See Heaven. There's more kind of country once again. It's got banjo, washboard, Jim's over-exaggerated vocals. But Hey Y'all, that's upbeat and rockin'. Really like that one a lot. I wish more of this album was like that. To me, it feels like a lot of the balls of this band were kind of sucked out on this particular one. The production's a little kind of clean. I know Tom Dowd does that from time to time. But some of the, you got 2 covers. Neither one is very good. A couple bland country rock songs. Yeah, a couple good rockers, though. This one made it to number 56 on the Billboard charts. So there's some good stuff on here, though. But overall, not one of their strongest, but not too bad. Comes at number 10. Number 9, I'm going to go with Race with the Devil from 1977, which, as you can see, just listed as Black Oak. Right, so no Arkansas here. So this is the first Black Oak album released on Capricorn Records. Here's the back cover. As you can see, Jim Danny Mangrum lead vocals, Jimmy Henderson lead guitar keyboards, Jack Holder guitar keyboards, sax vocals, Greg Redding guitar keyboards vocals, Andy Tanis bass vocals, and Joel Williams on drums. So basically a totally new version of the band. I think that's why he changed it to Black Oak, because it's no longer Black Oak, Arkansas, because basically it's a brand new band, right? New record label as well. So now they're on Capricorn Records, which is probably where they should have been all along anyway. Home of, Allman Brothers and Marshall Tucker Band and so on and so forth. Lots of great southern rock bands. We got Deke Richards producing this one. Title track opens up. Blazing southern rock number. Lots of scorching guitar solos. And Jim seems to be singing more in a traditional southern rock style, which I'm okay with. Killer song. Really good. You got, next up is the catchy kind of gospel tinge rocker Freedom, which is pretty good. You got the laid back and bluesy One Night Stand. There's a song called Daisy, which is pretty gritty, very melodic, lots of twin guitar harmonies. And to me, it sounds like traditional, like southern rock. Like if you're a fan of like early Lynyrd Skynyrd and Marshall Tucker Band, I think you'll dig this. Rainbow is terrific. That's kind of like an epic length track, a little bit longer. Some really cool Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young style vocal harmonies. I like the fact that you have these guys, these new guys in the band who are also doing backing vocals. So there's like this rich, textured, multi-layered vocal attack on this, which is really, really good. Adds a new dimension to the band, because Jim, kind of does his thing most of the time. But when you got these other singers who sing in a more traditional melodic style, it really works very, very well. And there's some glorious guitar jams on this one. Really good track. Feels So Good. Kind of generic Southern boogie rocker, but not terrible. Again, the vocal layers are good, and there's some tasty guitar soloing. Stand By Your Own. Bland country ballad. Not big on that. And then they close with a pretty long, jammy cover of Not Fade Away, which has lots of guitar solos. It's pretty good. So overall, decent album. I like it. Race with the Devil, 1977. All right, moving up to number 8. I'm going to go with one that I do not have a physical copy of, but it's pretty damn good. 1976's Balls of Fire, MCA Records. All right, so this, I believe, was their second album on MCA Records, if I remember correctly. This one hit number 173 on the Billboard charts. Starts off with a song called Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. Fun, funky rock. Nice use of female backing vocals. I'm assuming that's Ruby Starr on there. She does a great job playing off of Jim. Fistful of Love. It's got some clavinet, right, adding to the funkiness. Another good funky tune. Lots of great lead guitars. More of those female backing vocals, really good. Make That Scene is a nasty hard rock tune. Reminds me of kind of like Deep Purple circa like Stormbringer, Burn era, when you got that little funky edge to Deep Purple's music. Really good. Great slide guitar solo. Excellent stuff. I Can Feel Forever. Moody, atmospheric, kind of country tinge rocker. Strong vocal from Jim. You got steel and acoustic guitars all over the place. Nice electric guitar solo to close that. Pretty good song. Rock and Roll is a kind of smoldering boogie hard rocker. Some serious guitar thunder, really good. And you get a really lame version of Great Balls of Fire. It's terrible. It's just not good at all. Just to Fall in Love is a bland country ballad. And you got this majestic instrumental called Leather Angel, which is really good. These guys, especially on the earlier albums, drop in an instrumental every now and then. And they're really good. If you like the early Allman Brothers Band instrumentals, I think you'll dig these too. Really good. Because you got 3 guitar players, right, doing all sorts of great stuff. So Leather Angel is the one on this album. It's really good. Then you got Storm of Passion, which is kind of like a moody, kind of brooding number. They don't do a lot of that stuff. But it's pretty good. You got these swirling guitars, lots of atmosphere. I like that. It's pretty good. And the closing track is All My Troubles, which totally kicks ass. It's a funky hard rock with some blistering lead guitars. More of those great female backing vocals. Again, I'm assuming it's Ruby Starr. And Jim's pretty aggressive on this one. Really good track. Pretty good album overall. Couple clunkers, but some really, really strong material on this one. So don't sleep on Balls of Fire from 76. All right, next up, number 7. I'm going to go with their debut from 1971, Atco Records, produced by Lee Dorham and Mike Pinera of Iron Butterfly. All right, go figure. It's just titled Black Oak, Arkansas. Kind of cool cover, right? It's pretty cool. That's how you do a debut album. It's like, look at us, man. We're badasses. This is a blend of kind of southern rock and country rock. Right? Uncle Elijah is one of their signature tracks. It's very catchy, very kind of country rockish. Oh, Uncle Elijah. You probably heard it. It's on all their greatest hits compilations. It's on all their live albums, right? It's a pretty cool song. Memories at the Window, I should say. Has lots of acoustic flavors. Nice lead electric guitar. Pretty cool song. The Hills of Arkansas, very much country with some pedal steel and acoustic guitar. It's okay. I Could Love You is a nasty, funky hard rocker with some just absolutely killer guitar riffs and licks and solos. You got the 3 guitars just all shredded in here. Really good, really cool. And a really, really nice groove to the song as well. It's one of my favorites on the album. Hot and Nasty is from the debut. That's one of their signature tracks. Again, one you'll always find on the compilations and live albums. It's a good funky hard rocker, raunchy vocal from Jim. It's a really good song. I think they have better, but most people tend to kind of focus on this song for whatever reason. Singing the Blues, bluesy country track. Jim's vocals are like overly nasally here and bordering on annoying. I'm not a big fan. Like I said, I'm hit or miss with his vocals sometimes. When he doesn't like over exaggerate that whole thing he does, I'm okay with it because I think he's got a pretty decent voice. But when he just really plays up on that, it just drives me crazy. Lord Have Mercy on My Soul, that's a pretty fun boogie rocker, not bad. And When Electricity Came to Arkansas is a very cool hard rock instrumental track with just absolutely blistering lead guitars. And Jim is doing the washboard thing, which is it's really cool. The guitar work is great. So some really good stuff here. couple tracks that don't really connect with me, but overall, much more good than bad. This album did go gold here in the States, sold 500,000 copies, hit number 127 on the Billboard charts. Interesting how you had the first album was gold, then a bunch that didn't certify, and then another gold album, right? But their first bunch of albums all charted here in the States. I'm not sure. I don't really think they did anywhere else, but yeah. So that's my number 7. My number 6 is going to be another one that I don't have a physical copy of, but it's very good. It's Ain't Life Grand from 1975. This is their 6th album, last album for Atco Records, produced by Richard Podolor, who I like his production. He produced a couple albums for the band. I think he does a really good job with them. It opens up with a rockin' cover of Taxman by the Beatles. You wouldn't think that would work, but it's actually pretty good. It's pretty hard rockin'. I kind of dig it. Fancy Nancy is up next. That's a funky hard rocker. Nice guitar licks, plenty of grooves. Slide guitar work is totally nasty. I really like that one a lot. Keep On is it's decent. Kind of laid back Southern rock with some great slide guitar and a nice understated vocal from Jim. And even a little bit of saxophone. Pretty cool song. One of the underrated gems on this album. Then you got Good Stuff, which is really good. Groovy, funky Southern rock. Jim's vocals are bordering on going a little bit over the line for me here, but the music is so good. It's just like juicy, groovy, funky Southern rock. I really like it a lot, so I'm willing to overlook his vocal on that a little bit. Rebel is up next. That's a tasty rocker. Pretty catchy. Good backing vocals. Backdoor Man. That, to me, is one of the first times in this catalog up to this point where the band really seems to be diving into this kind of like Lynyrd Skynyrd style Southern rock. So if you like early Skynyrd, I think you'll love Backdoor Man. Could be like an unreleased Skynyrd song. It's really, really good. Also kind of reminds me of like early Molly Hatchet too, even though this predates Molly Hatchet's first record by a couple of years. So if you like that. Killer guitars, killer grooves, really good. Love Can Be Found is pretty good country rock. It's got acoustic guitars, steel guitars, electric guitar, so that's really good. Digging for Gold, that's more acoustic country rock, but man, Jim's vocals are completely overbearing on this one. Can't deal with it. No good. Crying Shame, upbeat, funky, engaging vocal and chorus. I like that. And Let Life Be Good to You is also lots of fun. It's got acoustic guitars, electric guitars, and a nice vocal from Jim. So overall, really good album. Ain't Life Grand. Don't miss out on that one. It's kind of I've been wanting to track it down on CD, but it's really hard to find. So but that's from 1975. That's number 6. Number 5, I'm going to go with If an Angel Came to See You, Would You Make Her Feel at Home? From 1972, their 3rd album. Atco Records, Tom Dowd producing. It's the first production with him. This is the first album with Tommy Aldridge on drums. Someone's got an itch. You got an itch? Yeah, I see that. She's like, what? What did I do? Gravel Roads opens up. Swampy, southern bluesy rocker. Good track. Fertile Woman. It's kind of like country rock. Kind of loungy, laid back, just kind of bland, and yeah, not digging that. And Jim's vocals are really annoying on this one. I find like when they do the more laid back stuff, the more country flavored stuff, he tends to put on the drawl even heavier, and it's just like ugh, it's just too much. Spring Vacation, upbeat, groovy Southern rock, nice use of piano, lots of blistering guitars. I really like that one a lot. We Help Each Other is another groovy hard rock number, and I like how they use the organ alongside the nasty guitar licks. Really cool. I like when they use the organ. Sizzling song. Really, really good. I love having an organ, right? So, of course, I would love that one. Full Moon Ride rocks pretty hard, too. It's kind of bluesy Southern rock with some great lead guitars, driving rhythms, really good track. I'm not much of a fan of Our Mind's Eye, which is it's kind of like a country-flavored generic boogie song. Yeah, it's okay. It does have some good lead guitar in it, but the song itself doesn't do much for me. To Make Us What We Are is an atmospheric bluesy rocker. Jim's kind of nasally draw over more of those kick-ass lead guitar solos. Kind of reminds me of Phoenix, or The Phoenix by Wishbone Ash, with the big guitar finale leading. It's like a slow builder, big guitar finale. Pretty cool. Our Eyes Are On You is kind of more gritty Southern rock, guitar riffs and licks, pretty nasty sounding. A little bit of early Allman Brothers Band flavors on this one. And then you get Mutants of the Monster Closes, which is another one of their signature tracks that they always seem to play live and whatnot. It's got psychedelia. It's very psychedelic in spots. Meets Southern rock, meets hard rock. Great guitar work. Overall, pretty strong album. Cracked the Billboard Top 100 charts at number 93. If an Angel Came to See You, Would You Make Her Feel at Home from 1972, my number 5. My number 4 is going to be X-Rated from 1975. 7th album, first for MCA Records, produced by Richard Podolor. Again, like I said, I really like his production style with this band. So here we got Bump and Grind, opens up, decent, funky, hard rocker. Then you get Fightin' Cocks, which brings out the heavy guitar thunder, wah-wah guitars, kicks ass. I really like that a lot. Great song. Highway Pirate also rocks. Also reminds me of like early Skinner, early Molly Hatchet, right? That traditional kind of southern rock style, really good. Then you got the Moody and Atmospheric, Strong Enough to Be Gentle, which is pretty cool. Flesh Needs Flesh, good rocker. Wild Men from the Mountains is kind of swampy southern rock. Got slide guitars, banjos, drumming, really good drumming, really good lead guitar, really cool track. Nice vocal from Jim. High Flyer is catchy, again, kind of layering in the acoustic and electric guitars. More great drumming on this album as well. Tommy Aldridge just is amazing on these albums, so good. And then you get a very cool instrumental called Ace in the Hole. Yeah, really good. I'd love a whole album of their instrumentals because, like I said, their guitar players are absolutely terrific. The drum, Tommy Aldridge is just great. Bass player is great. I would love a whole album of this stuff. Ace in the Hole is just really, really good. So good. And the guitar tones are just killer on here. Really good. These guys, great players. And then you got Too Hot to Stop, which is, snarling southern boogie. Nasty guitar tones. Strong vocal from Jim. It's a really fun rockin' album. Hit number 99 on the Billboard charts. Don't overlook this one. Very, very good. These top ones are very good. Most of these albums are pretty good. Number 3, I'm going to go to 1986 for The Black Attack Is Back. Now we have Jim Dandy's Black Oak, Arkansas. So this is the second album under the Jim Dandy's Black Oak, Arkansas banner. And this one was released originally under Heavy Metal America Records. In the band, we've got Big Mike Fowler on bass, Cozy Johnson on drums, Ricky Ricochet Reynolds on guitars, Michael Martin on guitars, and Big Jandy Mangrum on lead vocals. So just 2 guitar players on this one. But it's on Heavy Metal America Records. You can tell by the cover art, right? Everything about it's black, trying to be muscular. This is basically their heavy metal album. So it starts off with Long Distance Runner, which is a good rocker, explosive guitar solo section. 2 absolutely ripping guitar solos. Then you get a track like I'm On Your Side, which is basically a metal song. Big crushing riffs. Jim doing his normal kind of southern drawl crooning thing, right, over these metal arrangements. Ricky Reynolds and Mike Martin on guitars are on fire here. It's just smoke and smoldering stuff. Big metallic riffs. Just, like I said, it's 1986. It's like they know Southern rock's not in not the flavor of the month anymore, so it's almost like the record label's like, all right, you guys got to make your heavy metal album now, right? Because metal is hot. Whatever. Body Slam absolutely crushes. You Can't Keep a Good Band Down is Fast and Furious. More of those molten guitar solos. They do a cover of The Wanderer. Oh, it's absolutely lame. It's just so lame. I'm the Wanderer, and he's doing. Oh, it's just skip. It's horrible. It's just horrible. No good at all. Bring back the metal, Jim. Stop with this covering 50s stuff. It's no good. Jim, he's just completely overdoing it on it. It's just so bad. I Don't Want Much Out of Life. That's kind of bland country rock. Yeah. Angel's decent enough, though, with a great explosive guitar solo. I Need More Life is pretty heavy. Again, more of those big, crunchy, metallic riffs and solos. And then closer is called I Want a Woman with Big Titties, which is utterly ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It ends what is otherwise a pretty cool album. So again, take out The Wanderer, take out I Want a Woman with Big Titties, and maybe one other track is not really all that great, but the others are really, really good, and it's big, molten, and heavy and stuff. So yeah, that's my number 3. My number 2, and a top 2 are kind of in a class of their own, right? Number 2 is going to be High on the Hog from 1973, their 4th album, Atco Records, Tom Dowd producing once again. This is their most successful album, made it to number 52 on the Billboard charts, and went gold, selling 500,000 units, right? Swimming in Quicksand, great song. Pure Southern funk, killer grooves, wah-wah guitar licks, smoking lead guitar, catchy chorus. Yeah, it's a great song. Back to the Land, pure country. Yeah, if you like that sort of thing. Movin' brings back the boogie rock. Happy Hooker, it's got that slow country blues feel, kind of like early Grateful Dead, or maybe like early 70s Grateful Dead. Pretty cool track. Red Hot Lovin's another kind of groovy, swampy southern rocker. Great vocal from Jim. Sizzling lead guitars. They've got their biggest hit is their cover of Jim Dandy by Laverne Baker. Jim Dandy to the rescue. Ooh, ooh, Jim Dandy to the rescue. It was a top 25 hit for the band here. It's kind of fun, but I can take it or leave it. I've never been a huge fan. I never understood why. It's their most popular song. They have much better, but yeah, whatever. Moonshine Sonata is a killer instrumental. I'll say it again. These guys are great players. I could listen to a whole album of these guitar instrumental jams like this. So good. The guitar work is absolutely tremendous here. The bass playing is great. The drumming is great. If you like I said, if you like Allman Brothers Band instrumentals from this same time period, you need to hear this. Great stuff. That's Moonshine Sonata. Great. Why Shouldn't I Smile? Fun track, groovy hard rock, catchy hooks, plenty of guitar, firepower. High and Dry, not to be confused with the Def Leppard song. Kind of like acoustic country. Usually not really my thing, but the banjo and steel guitar is really nicely done. But man, when Jim starts singing, it takes me right out of it. I just play more banjo and steel guitar. Jim, shut up, please. It's like like I said, whenever they do like this more country style, laid back stuff, he just lays it on thick, and I'm just kind of like, ugh. Madman Closes, great track. Kick-ass, groovy hard rock, great riffing. Tommy's drumming is off the charts. So good. So, most people cite this as their best album. I don't quite think it is, but it is really good. Like I said, I don't think any of these albums are absolute classics. All these albums have at least a couple stinker tracks along with the really good stuff. But I always thought that album cover was kind of cool. But this has a few of their greatest songs, and I get why people like this one so much and love this one so much. So that's my number 2. My number 1 is going to be their second album from 1972. It's called Keep the Faith, Atco Records, produced by the band. Self-produced this. Opening title track is a killer song. Fun, southern boogie. Great guitars, good grooves, really good. Revolutionary All-American Boys, also quite good. It's, like I said, just funky southern rock with lots of groove. Allman Brothers style lead guitars all over the place. Yeah, Jim's vocals can be a little grating, but musically, it's great stuff. Feet on Earth, Head in Sky also has an Allman Brothers feel to it. And the triple guitar attack is just wonderful on this. Fever in My Mind rocks. Although Jim kind of sounds like a squealing pig on this one, and it's just, but man, the rhythms are so good, and the guitar work is just killer. The big one's still coming. Great hard rocker. Your mileage may vary on Jim's vocal delivery, and I would love this band even more if he didn't do this over-exaggerated vocal style of his. But man, the guitars are absolutely ripping on this song. Really good. White-Headed Woman also rocks hard. We Live On Day to Day, a little more bluesy. I think he's trying to sing a little more normally in this particular track, which I think is really good. And there's some tasty lead guitars, great grooves, really good song. Short Lifeline reminds me of like Creedence Clearwater Revival. Pretty cool stuff. And then you get the closer, Don't Confuse What You Don't Know. Another fast-paced, bluesy, swampy rocker. It's got a little 60s psychedelia and garage rock tones to it as well, like late 60s, which I think is kind of neat. You don't hear a lot about that in their music, but, it is pretty early 70s here. And lots of blazing lead guitars. I really like this album. I like this album, I think, the most musically speaking. Jim's vocals at times tend to wear me out a little bit, but musically I think I like what's going on in this album quite a bit. I think most of the tracks here, musically speaking, are right up my alley. Great guitar work, like the production, hit number 103 on the Billboard charts, did not certify, however. So that is my pick for number 1. Keep the Faith. Let me go back over the ranking one more time. Keep the Faith from 1972 at number 1. High on the Hog, 73, number 2. The Black Attack is Back from 86, number 3. Number 4 will be X-Rated from 1975. Number 5, If an Angel Came to See You, Would You Make Her Feel at Home from 72. Number 6 is going to be Ain't Life Grand from 1975. Black Oak, Arkansas from 71. Number 7, Balls of Fire from 76 at number 8. Number 9, Race with the Devil from 77. And number 10, Street Party from 1974 comes in at number 10. Don't sleep on the more recent ones. I do have a couple of the more recent ones. Those are pretty decent as well. But, I think the highlight for me, especially these early albums, right? When you had those 3 original guitar players, that you really can't beat a lot of that stuff. It's just so good. And like I said, there are days I can take his vocals. There are days I can't, so I have to be in the mood. But I guess, there's plenty of good stuff on these records. And, additionally, there's some other fun stuff here. If you get this set, you got a pretty scorching performance at the Reading Festival from 1976, which has Hot Rod, Rock and Roll, Great Balls of Fire, Why, Jim Dandy to the Rescue, Hot and Nasty, Fistful of Love, Maybe I'm Amazed, Love on Ice, When the Band Was Singing, Shaking All Over, Lord Have Mercy on My Soul, and Keep the Faith. You also get the album I'd Rather Be Sailing, which isn't very good. You get Jim Dandy's solo album Ready as Hell, which is pretty good. It's pretty heavy, actually. It's got like horns and lots of keyboards and synths on it. And then you got this kind of weird album, Rebound, which has all sorts of weird stuff on it. But yeah, otherwise, cool stuff in this catalog. No real classic albums to my mind, but a lot of strong material and a really kind of unique and different band in the Southern rock history, so to speak. So go check them out. And if you are a fan of the band and you know these albums well, rank your top 10 or your top 5, or go whole hog, go high on the hog, and rank everything if you so desire. But if not, I totally understand, because that's a lot of stuff, right? They may be one of those bands where you get like a nice big compilation, or they've got the double live album. Their early live album was actually really, really good, and they re-released it later on with all sorts of extra stuff. That's all I had for many, many years until the last couple of years. So yeah, that's my ranking for Black Oak, Arkansas. Let us know what you think of the band down in the comments below, and visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options all down below. Thanks in advance for all your support, folks. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.